Well, we've got a mini snowstorm going on here in southern Indiana, and the ground is close enough. It's actually almost not like snow, it's almost like sleet, but the ground is cold enough that it is going to stick, and so sometimes it comes in blowing sideways. I'm not sure how clear this shows up on the video. Winter is here. Hey, good morning, folks. It is 16 degrees out here in beautiful southern Indiana. There is no wind, so it really doesn't feel too bad. So I'm heading to the barn to do my morning chores. And of course, Des, the border collie, she goes with me. And you can tell she never stands still. So that's the morning. Well, it's a regular heat wave here in southern Indiana as I come out to do chores. It's 4 degrees warmer than yesterday. I think it's 20 degrees. Yesterday it was 16. So the task this morning is I do have to put out hay, besides the morning chores, get fuel for the tractor. And it'll be kind of a busy morning. And I think we're supposed to have rain for the next 3 days, so I need to get some of this stuff done. Well, here's my replacement doe kids. There's 4 of those, and then this brown-butted doe here. I don't, if she's bred late. She was in with all the others, but she's not making any udder. I do have the heaters in all the water, so you can see these replacements for next year. They're in pretty good shape, and of course the dog is starting to take a little more interest in these things, so we'll see how that goes. So next I'm getting ready to put out 4 bales of hay for the cows, and then I'll have 1 bale that I need to take out to the replacement heifers. As you can see, by the time-lapse video, I've dumped 2 bales in. I've got to get 2 more for those cows, and then I've got to get the bale for the replacement heifers. And I noticed that one of those is in heat, and I could breed them, but I'm not into fall calving, so I will wait and breed in March if they calve next year, the 1st of January. So those are the tasks that I'm working on. A few other things to do in the barn, and I'll share that later as we get going. I am going to go into town and get some diesel fuel additive, since this weather is so cold, to make sure this fuel doesn't gel up in the tractor. So heading to the hay yard to pick up more hay. I've got to tell you, there's nothing better than a heated tractor cab on a 20-degree morning. What I'm going to show you next is just a time lapse of me going to the hay yard to get a couple bales of hay. So that's what it's like to go to the hay yard. If it would have been muddy, I would have went around a county road to got the hay. Since the ground is froze, I can cut through the woods, and that's the shortcut. You can also see this hay here is yarded up. I have hay in actually about 3 or 4 different places that I'll get to, and So I got to get this through the gate, and I'll close the gate and get this mailed to the heifers. Hey, good morning everyone. It is a Saturday morning and I'm on my way to an Indiana Beef Cattle Association area meeting, and it is going to be held at Spring Mill State Park in Mitchell, Indiana. And a guy by the name of Steve Ritter is the area director, and I'm going because I am the immediate past president of the Beef Cattle Association. On the way, I'm going to stop at a feed mill and pick up some mineral for the cattle. Last night was a rough night on the farm. Those that follow my channel know I raise goats, and kidding was ready to start. Well, it started yesterday evening, and it was nothing but problems. I had a doe that basically couldn't have her kids. It just so happened that a vet tech friend of mine, she was available to drop by, and we got them both out. They were both born dead. They were really hard pulls. Put a lot of stress on the doe. I thought maybe she might not even be alive this morning, but she was still alive. Of course, the two kids were born dead. It was a really tough pull, really hard on the doe. So not a good start to kidding season at Fescue Farm. So that's just a little update of what's going on. There are 8 more does to kid, and I think all those does are actually quite a bit bigger than what this one was. So that's what's happening on the farm. Okay, second doe kidded on my way home from the Beef Cattle Association meeting, and it is a girl, and you talk about one stout little female, and I don't know whether she'll have triplets or not, because this little girl is I guess a monster compared to the 2 that were born last night, and it is already nursing, which is a good sign. Well, this was poor planning on my part. Cows actually ate more hay than I had anticipated, and now it is a rainy Monday morning, and I'm having to put out hay, and I don't like to do it when it's raining and muddy, and that's what it is today. Well, as you can see, the bale feeders are empty, so I am in the process of putting out 4 bales. I had 2 already on the tractor, so that was pretty simple. But after I dump these 2, then I have to go up to the hay yard and get 2 more. I will say I'm really pleased with the body condition of my cows going into calving season, which actually starts in 3 weeks. My first ones are due the first week of January, and probably they may be in the best body condition that they've been in a while. But not to say that their body condition was bad, but I think it's really good this year. Okay, so now I'm off to the hay yard to get the other 2 bales. Well, I hope you can see what lovely weather it is, and to be honest, I would rather it be cold and the ground be frozen. Many people refer to that as poor man's concrete. When it is like this and you start cutting ruts with your tractor, no fun besides the fact that you're getting wet. The net wrap is a little bit interesting to take off the bales, although it is kind of tough to take it off when it's rained and it freezes on the bales. But a morning project that I really hadn't planned. And then I guess I talked about the bad experience with kidding and from last week, and I guess the doe passed away sometime last night, so it was a 0 for 3 deal on goats. So I'll have to put the bucket on and get out here in the pasture and get her buried in a little bit. So bad deal for goat kidding. At least that was the start. Well, the next step is getting ready for calving. This is an open-sided lean-to, but I always hang tarps to block the wind as I start to lock these cows in here. So I've got one hung, getting ready to do the other one. Well, this is a little red buckling that was just born. First time mommy. And she is licking it off, which is a good sign. I did have to help, but it wasn't too bad. So we'll see if she has twins. Well, this is a mature doe, and she just had a set of twin bucklings. So I've sprayed the navel, and they're only a few minutes old. Looks like she's going to be a good mother. She's licking them off. Well, this is a little red buckling that was born about an hour ago. It had a twin, traditional color buckling, but it was born dead. I assisted with that birth. It had a leg back, but it wasn't much of a problem to pull out. So I'm assuming the umbilical cord broke on the inside. Well, today's project is a stone delivery. Well, the driveway stone has been spread, so that project's taken care of. They are bringing me a load of what's called 53s, and I will push it in here in front of the barn where when the cows start calving, they don't have to walk through a big mud hole. So that'll be here later on this afternoon. So I'm getting things done.